And I realize it's probably not in my best interest to criticize the people, one, who regulate me, and two, like, who could make bad things happen. And I use the word try because they can't win. Because the fourth line of the quote, then you win, we already won. Okay. The people who are being born now will never have a leather wallet that they carry in their pants with a credit card and money. They just won't. It will all be digital. And look, NFTs are the future. I mean, everything in the world, every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every collectible car, every case of fine wine, every private business, everything is going to be an NFT. Now, hopefully they change the name to digital property, right? What people forget is a token. It's not a piece of gold. It's not a thing. It's an entry on a ledger, on a public, immutable, encrypted ledger that is superior in every way to the trust system. And that system is under assault by this incredible technology, this gift, literally gift from Satoshi et al., everyone who's been involved in this gift. And it's interesting, as I have the hashtag, right? Then they fight you. Right? We're in phase 3. You know, first they ignored us, 2009 to 15, a bunch of nerds and geeks. Then they laughed at us. Okay, 2016 to 21, a bunch of nerds and geeks with your magic internet money, whatever. Then they fight you. And the fight, it's just starting. So it feels like it's been going on, but it's just starting, and it's getting ugly. That's why I'm wearing the red pants today, because look, Goldman Gary and Carlisle Jerry, they are on a mission they can't destroy crypto, right? Because crypto is bigger than them. It is permanent. It is a permanent change in technology, as we've talked about on the show. They can't stop it, but they can delay it. And they delay it using this hammer, this club of regulation. And it's even crazier in that they're allowed, for some unknown reason to me, to rewrite the rules. What people forget is this is how every incumbent deals with disruptive innovation. Throughout all of history, this is how incumbents try to slow down the progress. And they kind of baited me to go down my theory on this whole FTX debacle and how Gary got his job and why he worked for Caroline's dad and all this stuff. And I realized it's probably not in my best interest to criticize the people, one, who regulate me, and two, like, who could make bad things happen. So I think it's well documented that there's a whole bunch of things that don't quite add up, in that, look, Sam Bankman-Fried is the mastermind of nothing. He is not a genius. He is not the guy who created this, quote unquote, second largest. No, just not. He is not the mastermind of anything. He is a useful idiot for a much larger group, which I will contend comes from way up high, to try. And I use the word try because they can't win. Because the fourth line of the quote, then you win, we already won. It's one thing to see that the talent, the amount of talent that has migrated into crypto is like no other migration of talent I've ever seen in my lifetime. And look, I'm old. I've been around for a lot of cycles. I've seen incredible talent migrate into the internet, into the mobile net, build businesses that are worth hundreds of billions, now trillions of dollars, and benefited from that. This migration of talent, the people that I hang out with every day, is extraordinary. All $700 trillion of value in the world will all be transferred on blockchains. It won't be databases running on COBOL, Visa today. It won't be databases running on C++. It will be on blockchains, and it will be public. It will be encrypted. It will be immutable. We will erase $7 trillion of wasted value that the financial services renters capture and get really rich at our expense. We're investors in Coinbase and, love that team. And people say, oh, you're not a maxi then. Like, look, there's traditional finance, there's centralized finance, which is a step on the way to decentralized finance. And yes, I believe in a future where everything is decentralized and everything is peer-to-peer. I believe that, but not tomorrow. So yeah, we need centralized finance as a bridge to DeFi.
Right.
He chose to talk about Bitcoin. Why? Because it's in his best interest to piss on Bitcoin and piss on everything else so that he can develop internally the front end that people trust that will then allow them to take over, which is actually why XRP actually has a really potentially big role. If you think about, there is a world, and I don't like this world actually, but there is a world where JP Morgan et al. Continue to reign, but they realize that the back end needs to be crypto. Yep. And therefore they need a firm like, and it could be XRP, it could be Cardano, it could be a bunch of other things, and a bunch of other. So, but it's why there is a path to it being a really, really, really valuable. Bitcoin has a different path, right? It's digital gold. Eventually it can be a transaction rail. Ethereum has a different use, but XRP, once it gets through the lawsuit and if it can partner with the banks and the banks embrace a digital future, I don't know. I will say that under Jay Clayton's leadership, I thought the SEC did an amazingly good job in crypto regulation. They were consistent. They were prudent. They didn't jump in and make rash decisions. They studied, consistently said, nope, Bitcoin, Ethereum, not securities. These other things we need to check and compare them to the Howey test. Everything they did was very consistent. Gary comes in. Now, how did Gary come in?
Get here.
Gary was a professor at MIT. He worked for Sam Bankman-Fried's ex-girlfriend's dad. And Gary, with no experience as a regulator, right? He worked at Goldman Sachs, but that doesn't make you an experienced regulator. It makes you a bankster. Bottom line is the banksters have been in control. And look, Goldman people, ex-Goldman people run everything, right? They're prime ministers. They're the head of central banks. Okay, fine. So look, Gary gets the job. Now, is it a coincidence that he was appointed by the guy who was elected, who was funded, the largest donor to Joe Biden was Sam Bankman-Fried?
Yeah.
How is that even possible? Like, aren't there campaign finance limits that limit how much his mom created a Tumblr that allows venture capitalists in Silicon Valley to skirt the campaign finance laws. Maybe that's a coincidence. Maybe. I don't know. Seems not like a coincidence to me. Evil Corp is JP Morgan, right? Let's just, it is.
Yeah.
And it's because it's 70-year-old technology. It's a system that's broken and they're still trying to hold it together. And it's, we've all done it, right? We've all taken that piece of coat hanger and tried to tie the thing together instead of getting it rewelded. And, it's Visa today, as we're sitting here, manages our lives using a mainframe computer running on COBOL. I get the fact that Evil Corp, so to speak, doesn't want to lose control. And to Johnny's point, they will vilify all of this crypto, but then they'll say, oh, but blockchain on our rails is the answer. And I think
that's what they're going to say.
I really do think that will fail, but it won't fail completely. Why this is so inevitable is there are 85 million millennials, okay, Gen Y, Gen Z, and Gen A, that will replace all us boomers. And us boomers aren't going to embrace this because we're old, right? We're just not going to embrace this. But the Zoomers are going to embrace. The Gen A's, this is amazing. The Gen A's, okay, the people who are being born now, will never have a leather wallet that they carry in their pants with a credit card and money. They just won't. It will all be digital. Ask anyone over 35, who's your broker? UBS, Merrill Lynch, whoever. How much gold do you have? I don't know, 3-4%? How much Bitcoin do you have? 0. Are you kidding me? It's a Ponzi scheme. Ask anyone under 35, who's your broker? What's a broker? I mean, I got a Robinhood account. How much gold do you have? Are you kidding me? Boomer rocks? Haven't you heard that Peter Schiff guy? None. All right. How much Bitcoin do you have? I don't want to talk about it. Why not? Because it's like a really big percentage of my net worth. I'm kind of embarrassed. How often do you use DeFi? Every day. You think about what we thought we were going to talk about today versus what we're actually talking about. No way an AI does that. No chance. 0 chance. There's something about the human brain. And I don't know if it's the amount of things that go in and the very small number of things that how the synapses work or how things get triggered. But what computers are good at is speed, right? Processing lots of, possible moves in a chess game, or like the ChatGPT thing. Okay, what is it good at? It's good at kind of canned, kind of snarky language, right? Okay, great. And it can save time, computer programming or things like that. But those are things that you have to decide, what do we want the computer to do before we write the program? Creativity isn't replicable in code. And it's because it's random. Computers aren't random, right? Computers follow rules.